What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Family, I'm going in. But first, I'm going to let a few hundred of y'all come in as I give a few shout outs to the early birds. What's up, Tony? Tony Sasa, Maybell, MB in the building. Neff Do Kingdom. What's up, Neff? All right, fam. Let's see. Show of hands. Who's checked out the series? Who's watched it? Who's watched Griselda Blanco, the Netflix series that's out right now? Who's checked it out? Give me a thumbs up if you checked it out. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Mars Dream Productions. Virginia Murray in the building from Kansas City. Sean Lunatic is checking in. I'm going in, fam. Everybody else is just going to have to catch up. So let me put a pic up real quick of Griselda Blanco and her black boyfriend. Yeah, fam. That's right. They tried to keep the brother off the radar, but we got him. We got him. Now, that's Griselda, the real Griselda, in the picture with the brother. And to the right of her is Sofia Vergara. That is the woman who played her in the series and did a damn good job, man. She did a damn good job. This is what Griselda looked like when she was booked into the booked by the Miami-Dade Police Department. Yeah, pretty interesting series. But let's get into the story. Griselda Blanco was a Colombian drug lord who was deeply involved in the cocaine trade in the underworld of Miami from the 1970s to the early 2000s. Some accounts suggest her association with the Medellin cartel. She met a tragic end when she was assassinated in Medellin on September 3rd, 2012 at the age of 69. So to be in the drug trade, she had a good run. She bought herself another 19 years by actually being locked up. She would have most likely met her demise a whole lot earlier had she not gone to prison. But she played a pivotal role in establishing the cocaine trade between Colombia and major North American cities such as Miami, New York, and California. Her extensive distribution network, spanning across the United States, was incredibly lucrative, generating a staggering $80 million a month. Griselda, along with her first husband, Carlos Trujillo, initially ventured into the marijuana trade in Colombia. In 1964, she entered the United States illegally, using an assumed name and forged documents, and settled in Queens, New York, with her 3 children and her second husband, Alberto Bravo, a cocaine smuggler associated with the Medellin cartel. They quickly organized a thriving drug operation. By April 1975, Griselda and 30 of her associates were indicted on federal drug conspiracy charges. To avoid conviction, the family fled to Colombia. However, Griselda later returned to the United States and initiated her own drug operation in Miami during the late 1970s. And this is where it gets interesting. Griselda Blanco had a black boyfriend named Charles Cosby. This was disclosed in an interview that was first encountered, well, that he first encountered, where he met her and when she was in his early 20s, when he was in his early 20s and she was in her late 40s. So he described the meeting as this older woman being very attractive. And, he talked about her having hazel eyes and a beautiful smile and deep dimples and all this type of stuff. Let me put this brother up here right quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. That's Charles Cosby, the guy that was never mentioned in the series. And we're talking about a 6-part series. Okay, so dude was like, the encounter, like meeting with this woman was surreal. Like Griselda, Charles was reportedly involved in the drug business. Additionally, it's been reported that Charles Cosby sent a letter to Griselda Blanco while she was serving her sentence. The specifics of the letter, the letter's content, and the nature of their communication at that time revolved around the shared experiences in the illegal drug trade. In an interview, Charles asserted that Griselda allegedly orchestrated a plot to have him killed upon discovering his involvement with another woman. He was targeted by a hired gunman who shot him multiple times, but his survival was attributed to wearing a bulletproof vest. Recounting the confrontation with Griselda, he stated, "She choked me and said, 'You've been cheating, and you can't deny it. I've seen the pictures. I have to say, that was one of the few times in my life when I was really afraid.'" Cosby revealed details about Griselda Blanco's time in prison, explaining that she allegedly bribed the guards to have privileges such as wearing her clothes instead of the standard prison uniform. No biggie right there. That happens a lot. Griselda exerted influence and manipulated circumstances to suit her preferences, even while incarcerated, according to Charles Cosby, who reminisced about his initial meeting with Griselda, describing her as she was dressed in silk print jacket and slacks and high heels. Griselda Blanco's black boyfriend, Charles Cosby, gained prominence after publicly asserting his relationship with the notorious drug lord. Despite not having a dedicated Wikipedia page as of now, his connection to Griselda has sparked interest, prompting people to seek more information about Charles Cosby, who is a 56-year-old black man from Oakland, California, where he was born and raised. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How they keep Charles out the picture. Literally kept Charles out the picture. In the 1990s, Charles Cosby established himself in the drug business, reportedly. He reached out to Griselda Blanco, who was then one of the most infamous figures associated with the Medellin drug cartel. Griselda played a significant role in assisting Charles in expanding his drug operations. Their professional relationship eventually became romantic, but this chapter concluded within a year. What they don't also mention in the series, again, it was a 6-part series, is that Charles was at one point watching over her kids. And that's a big part because they showed another guy watching over. I don't know if, they alternated when the other guy got popped or whatever, but reportedly Charles also watched over her kids while she was out of pocket, while she was sitting down. So why on earth would they keep Charles Cosby out of the story? Why would they do that? Why would they do that to Charles? We know why, fam. We know why. They kept Charles out of the picture. My opinion. They kept him out of the picture because they didn't want to recognize that a black man, perhaps in some way, had some clout on that type of level with that type of person. They always, and this is not something to brag on, it's just something to be noted, right? It ain't trying to brag on this, but just something to be noted. That good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is, if a black person do something that's on an elevated level, they try to suppress it. They try to hide it. They try to sweep it under the rug. They try to erase it from the history books. But not this time. See, what's done in the dark gonna come to light. It will come to light. Need to reach out to Charles, get him on the show, get him to come sit down at H-Town. You dig what I'm saying? Going into the comments, fam. What we got? Mr. E, what it do? Frank Wright say I'm reaching. Where am I reaching to? What am I reaching for? Talk to me, Frank. Let me see if you can open my eyes. I'm open to it. I'm open to discussion. Jimmy Williams, what it do? Virginia Murray. What's up, Virginia? Frank Wright said there's no big conspiracy. Man, there's always a conspiracy, bro. Man, everything that go on in this world, man, every major thing that go on in this world, damn near requires a conspiracy. A lot of people hear the word conspiracy and they just think it's spooky or something. Man, it ain't all of that. A conspiracy is just a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. It's as simple as that. It's a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. That's simple. Mr. Nobody, what up? Tone One said the dude wasn't important enough. it was just a small part of her life, and it was the very end of her run, at the very end of her run. So how was that not, how was that a small, you do realize that some small parts that people play in history are significant to the overall development of a story or somebody's legacy, right? You do understand that, right? For example, my barber back in the day connected me to Jay Prince. He is the one that facilitated our meeting. He is the one that kept telling me to let me hook you up with Jay Prince. You got the talent, he got the money. Y'all put it together and y'all blow this thing up and go gold and put Houston on the map. Small part, but big role, right? So I'm not with that. I don't think that if somebody is if you're in a relationship with somebody and they holding you down and they got your kids, they got access to your kids, they're actually keeping your kids, watching over your kids while you doing time for an entire year, or you not doing time, whatever, you know, if they're in your life for an entire year and they doing certain things are moving and happening, you might be at the toward the end of your career. But if they holding you down, that's significant. And keep in mind, there were other people that was in the movie that was in her life, that was in her life for a day, for a few hours, for a few minutes, and you never saw him again. So why the brother can't be in the movie who was in her life for a whole year? I ain't reaching. Y'all ain't reaching far enough. That's what they want you to think. It was so insignificant. That's what they want you to think. Somebody said that they talked about it. That's right, JoJo. She didn't act like it was a small part. She cared about dude. Man, you know, they always got people who are trying to make little of somebody's role. Somebody play a significant role in something. And these are people on the outside looking in. These ain't even people that are involved, but they always trying to minimize somebody else's role. But I bet you anything that they looking for their props. I bet you they looking for their pats on the back and they praise for any little thing they do. But they always trying to minimize somebody else's role, somebody else's impact. You can say that about the United States of America, always trying to minimize the black man's impact, the black woman's contributions to America. But they won't make sure they recognize, they want their praise, they want their pats on the back. Get up out of here with all that, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Get that man his props. Cocaine Cowboys, two hustling with the, yeah, right. They mentioned dude and Cocaine Cowboy. Yeah. Flight Heights say she ain't nobody to be glorified anyway. She killed many and populated the community with drugs. Right. It's not about glorifying her. It's about being accurate with the story. So they made a story about it, right? Like it or not, America glorifies drug dealers, all right? America glorifies criminals, especially non-black criminals. They glorify it. They praise it. They make movies about it. They write books about it. They create whole industries around criminals. Let's not act like that's not happening here. And that's what they did with Griselda Blanco. They elevated her to folklore. They're making movies and all this kind of stuff about her. If they didn't make the movie about her, I would have never known about her. So I ain't glorifying her, but I did watch that movie, and I did watch, and it was entertaining. Was she a good person? That would be hard to say with all those bodies that she's responsible for. This is what I found interesting about the show when I watched it. When she first killed, she killed her husband, who forced her to have sex with his brother. And they had gotten into a fight, an argument and stuff. And, you know, she pulled out a gun, shot him. I think he shot her, she shot him or something. But she killed her husband. Now, she was a reluctant killer in the beginning, very reluctant, timid. She knew she was playing a dangerous game. In the very beginning, she was very timid. She was a reluctant warrior, but she was consumed by money, access, materialism, and power. She was consumed by it. So that was her motivation. That was her motivation. She said it was her kids, but it wasn't, because she had more than enough money to take care of her kids. When she got to that level of that's power, where she could like push a button and just say, do it, and it go get done, it went to her head. Like what was his name? Dario said. Dario was her boyfriend. It went to her head. And she was just getting people knocked off left and right. She started knocking off her own. She tried to kill her own friend. Tried to kill her cousin. She just was like, she didn't trust anybody. She just started spiraling out of control. Getting high on her own supply. Just, she started just King Konging. And if we are to believe the producers and directors' account of what happened, she knocked off her own baby daddy because he had kidnapped her son and took him back to Colombia. So she sent some hitters after him while she was still locked up. This is according to the Netflix series. So she sent some hitters for her baby daddy to Colombia while she was still in prison. Knocked him down and took the boy back. And then and had somebody to bring the boy to her with the other 3 sons of hers to visit her in prison. But this is a cautionary tale, fam. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. This ain't nothing to glorify at all. This is something that if you want to be entertained, you can watch it and be entertained from a distance. You don't want to be in it. You want to be on, like, whoa, wow, that happened. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. You don't want to be in that. You don't want that life. Because after all she did, she spent the last 19 years of her life in prison and then got out and got killed. I think if I'm accurate, but she spent 19 years in jail. I don't know if it was all last 19 years, but she spent 19 years in prison. And when she got out, she She was deported back to Colombia, and went inside of a meat market to make a purchase and got killed on the way out. Some dude jumped off a motorcycle, off the back of a motorcycle, walked up to her calmly. This is what witnesses say. Walked up to her calmly, and shot her in the head. A 69-year-old grandmother dead. So her criminal life, her karma, finally caught up to her at 69 years old. It underscores what people say about the drug trade all the time. It's two ways out. Typically, death or long prison sentences, where you miss out on everything in life and everything important, everything you think you're working for, everybody that you think that you're doing it for. They move on, people get gray hairs, people die. You miss all of the major events in the people's lives. You just lose everything. So she met a very brutal demise, but that demise was consistent with the way she lived her life. So yeah, you're right about that, buddy. Who said that? That was not anything to brag about, not anything to glorify. It's not anything to glorify. That woman, if these accounts of what they say is true, what she did, there was a report that they said she was responsible for 250 bodies. That's the word on the streets. She was responsible for 250 bodies, 250 hits. Law enforcement put the hits closer to 40 hits, but that's still a lot of human life. That's a lot of human life exterminated at the behest of one person. So yeah, that ain't nothing to glorify. That's a lot of life, man. That's a lot of destroyed families. That's a lot of orphans, a lot of widows. Yeah, man. She was brutal. Tobias, what's up? Fly High, that's who said that. Fly High, SPT. Yeah. The trip part about it, fam, she had all of that money. At first, she's saying she was just trying to get enough to, live and be good and be good with the kids and all that. But the more she made, the more she wanted. At one point, a cartel offered her $25 million to walk away from her territory. She was like, "Nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that. I want it all." So she stayed until she got it all. She got to a point to where she owned all Miami. She controlled all of Miami. And there still wasn't enough. If she could have controlled all of the United States, it would not have been enough. She would have wanted to control more and more and more, because that's how addictive power is. So she had all of those fancy cars, jewelry, clothes, mansions, money, all the dope in the world. And when she died, she had all that was gone. She went to jail. They took it all from her. They hit all her stash houses, took everything. So when she died, and she died in the streets with none of that, no fanfare, no hitters retaliate, none of that. Nobody there to protect her. They say she was with her grandchild going to the market. Buckhorse, DC, what up? But let's get back to the brother, fam. Yeah, let's get back to the brother. The brother played a significant role in her life, and they did not recognize him at all. For those of you who say, well, you know, he was only with her for a year. She was only with him for a year. She was with other men for less than a year. There was other people that came into her life in the movie that played little smaller roles in her life that were recognized in the movie. So why not recognize the brother? Plus, that's a whole other demographic to actually consider. If you put the brother in the movie, now you got more black people that want to watch the movie. Oh, they got a brother in there. Let's see what's up. Y'all know how it go. Her son, they said her son had a problem with Sofia playing her in the film. Perhaps her son had a problem with mentioning dude in the film, but I don't know. I guess maybe he had no power right there. I guess he didn't have any power because they say he had a problem with Sofia playing his mother. Said that he didn't appreciate Sofia, saying that Sofia didn't do the role any justice because his mother was a beautiful woman. That's Sofia to the right. That's Griselda. That's Griselda to the left with her black man, her black king. I be saying that to make those self-hating blacks over there in Colombia jealous, make them mad. They don't like that. That's her with her black king. What y'all think? Did Sofia do the mother justice? The son said that, you know, he didn't like the role. He didn't like it. The son said he did not like Sofia in the movie because he felt like Sofia was ugly. He didn't feel like she did the role justice because his mama was a beautiful woman. What do y'all think? Thumbs up if y'all think that Sofia did his mom justice on the look side. Thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, they could have found somebody better looking than that. Let's see what y'all saying. Thumbs up if you think she did the role justice. Thumbs down if you say, nah, could have done better than that. Jessica up. Astrid up. J.R. Guetta, Junior Guetta up. Queen Boy up. NY State of Mind up. Miracles up. City up. Sean Lunatic up. Said they could have left the prosthetic nose off of Sofia. BPET TV show, is it BPE TV show, I think, says she's naturally beautiful. So that's a up. Michael Young up. Mr. Random up. Jason up. Let's see. Is that Jason LeBoy? Is that the Jason LeBoy? Let's see. Juanita Miller. Yeah, okay, I got you, Juanita. Mike Howard. What's up, Mike? Trebron Da Vinci says down. She didn't think that she did the road justice. Bug the OG up. Keep to myself up. Let's see. Primo, 1973. What up? Elijah Wan, up. Elijah Wan Cunningham. Got to be specific when you say that Elijah Wan name around here. H-Town, baby. All right, fam. That's my time. Yeah, I appreciate y'all joining the live, fam. Make sure y'all get ready. Let me get Griselda off the screen right quick. The Willie D Live podcast tour is coming to a city near you. We are starting off in H-Town. It's going to start off in H-Town. H-Town, I'm telling you, get your tickets as soon as I announce it. I'm telling you, it's going down. Get your tickets because they ain't going to last long. We're going to put that, we're going to do some pre-sales. I'm going to give you a big discount on the pre-sale. So to encourage you to get your tickets early, give you a little bit more push, a little bit more encouragement to get your tickets early. I'm going to give you a big discount to get your tickets early for the Willie D Live podcast tour. I'm going to give you a big boost. Get your tickets early. When I announce this date and time, make sure you get your tickets early. I'm going to give you a nice discount. But after that, we're going to run it, fam. We're going to run it. Same thing in Dallas, same thing in Austin. So y'all, hey, get with me, fam. If you need any information about the tour, you want to be a part of the tour in some type of way, get at me at mail@willied.com, mail@willied.com. Other than that, fam, y'all enjoy the rest of your day or your evening or your afternoon or wherever you are in the world. Till next time, no more talk.